Hi there, welcome to the McFreedom Mindset episode 2. For those of you listening on podcast, that's McFM. Just thought of that as I was preparing this morning. McFM, McFreedom Mindset. This week, we're all about hiring the right person for you first time. Wouldn't that be lovely? Really, to do that, you need to change your whole mindset around hiring. You need to start thinking of it as something pleasurable. I mean, how do you think about hiring at the moment? Is it something that you look forward to? Do you see it as a great opportunity to build your team? Or is it a pain in the backside? Is it all about sifting through a mountain of CVs that all look pretty much the same? Do you abdicate your hiring to somebody else? You know, is it so bad for you that you just give it away? How do you view hiring? Because in order to make a success of hiring, you need to see it as a great opportunity. You need to look at it as, instead of hiring a number or somebody to fill a gap, that you're hiring a bright mind and a heart that's going to drive your business forward. So many business owners get bogged down in that whole HR-y side of hiring and fail to see the bigger picture. Now, I have 2 golden rules for hiring, and this week I have a pen and a whiteboard, and not only that, I've worked out how to get the writing so that it actually reads okay to you. So, my golden rules, these are. Golden rule number 1. Never hire in a hurry. Can you see that, or is that light shining perfectly on there for you? How are we doing? Is that better? I can never work out which way to go. Never hire in a hurry. I will get better at this, I promise. Never hire in a hurry. Why? Because anything you do in a hurry tends to be botched. It tends to be just rushed. That's when you do, that's when you do fill a gap. That's when you do just hire somebody with 2 arms and 2 legs. That's when you're making up the numbers. You hire in a hurry, you make mistakes. Second golden rule. Always hire to your values. No matter what, always hire to your values. And again, it comes back to that. What are you hiring here? You're not just hiring a body. You're not just hiring somebody who's going to clock on, leave their brain at the door, and then clock off at the end of the day. You want somebody who is engaged. You want somebody who shares what you share, who cares about what you care about. You know, that vision that you spent time creating last week, that goosebump giving, inspiring vision, somebody that really buys into that is going to share your values. So in order to understand and hire to your values, of course, you have to know what your values are. And please don't give me that, oh yes, my values are honesty and integrity. Almost inevitably, when people are asked for their values, those 2 are top of the list. And honesty and integrity are they're the baseline. You know, everybody who's in business should be looking to be honest and should be looking to act with integrity. It's those values that make you different, that make you special, that make your business different and special, things that you personally care about. You know, whether it's family values, whether it's about always wanting the best for your customer, whether it's being a great fun team that makes change. You know, we talked about Richard Branson last week. That's sort of interruption style business that wants to upset the norm. What are your values? What is it that you really care about? Because they are the things that you're going to hire to. That's how you get the right person for you first time. If you think, I may have mentioned this question last week. How many of your current team would you rehire tomorrow if you were given the chance? How many? Just think about that for a second. Now, if you say all of them, that would be the second time that's happened to me since I started asking that question, because most people have at least one person in their business who was never right, who is the rotten apple in the barrel, who they, oh, it's just John, that's just the way he is, who they put up with rather than removing from their business. And we'll talk about that side of things further down the line. But that person that should never have been hired, that you knew was wrong right from day one, that the team knew was wrong, that the team didn't want to have amongst them, that's that bad influence. So how do you make mistakes like that? Well, obviously there are things that happen further down the line. You know, maybe you had a probation that never actually ended, went on for like 5 years. Oh, they're still on probation. But chances are that it was because you either hired in a hurry, you didn't pay enough care, give enough care and attention to who exactly you were hiring. Not what, not the skills and experience, but the who of who you were hiring. And that you didn't look for somebody who shared your values. So if that's the case, where do you get started? Well, as we said, it starts with knowing what your vision is, knowing what that big destination is, having that goosebump giving, inspiring picture of your future, and then using it in your job ad. And when it comes to your job ad, again, I want you to think differently. I don't want you to think of what many people do is they put out the job description as a job ad. You know, you will be responsible for, you will have so-and-so reporting to you, you must be able to do this, you must be able to do that, you must be able to do the other. I've yet to see anybody who's inspired by that sort of a job ad. So when it comes to your job ad, I want you to have 3 things in it. You can have other things after this, but 3 things. I'm going to use the board again. Okay, isn't this exciting? Right, first of all, on your job ad, you will have the vision and purpose of your business. And why do you want that? Because again, you want to inspire people. You want people to be going, oh, that sounds interesting. That sounds like a really good business. Now, when I'm talking about the purpose of your business, again, not what widget you make, but what that widget does for people. You know, that think of that example that everybody always gives. You know, somebody is not hiring a drill. They're hiring the ability to hang a picture on the wall or put together a wardrobe that's going to hold their clothes. What is the purpose of your business and where is it going? What is your inspiring picture for the future? Your inspiring vision. Your vision and purpose. So that statement will come first. Then the second part, really important, is the purpose of the role. What is the role for? How is it going to add value to the business? How crucial is it to the business? Even the smallest role, say you're a forklift driver, or think of a McDonald's example. I went to the meat factory many times, and one of the jobs that I just thought, how do people do that all day? It was as the beef patties came down the line, the all beef patties. Somebody said at the weekend, oh, but they have sawdust in. Obviously they don't. The all beef patties. Anyway, they're coming down the line, and there are 2 people standing opposite each other with headphones on. So they can't hear anything. They haven't got music playing in there, and they're literally taking the patties off the line and putting them into a box, taking them off, putting them into a box, taking them off. Now, that sort of role, you have to explain how crucial that is in the big scheme of things. And that isn't always going to be easy, but it's absolutely vital for your job ad. You know, how this role fits into the machine, how this cog fits into the machine, how they are going to add value to the team, your customers, you. What is the real purpose of the role? Now, for most of you, the purpose of the role will actually be quite exciting, maybe. You know, it won't be putting patties in a box. It won't be, you know, moving pallets of goods from one end of a warehouse to another. So you've actually got an advantage over an awful lot of people. So take that advantage. So vision and purpose of the business, purpose of the role. Then the third thing you're going to have in your job ad is a pen portrait of the individual that you're looking for. Now, what do I mean by a pen portrait? Well, it's something that's written in the first person, I, and you are in the shoes of the person that you want to hire. You know, I leap out of bed every morning looking forward to an early start. I like to get ahead of the game. I love helping my teammates out. I have great, I love getting the detail right. But depending on what, the sort of person that you're looking for, the sort of role that you've got for them, write it as if you are them. And this is their ideal, because you want them to be saying, that's me. I'm that person. So you need to just spend a little bit of time on this. What is it? And the other thing that you need to do, obviously, because this is all about hiring to your values, is that you build your values into this ideal person. You know, I really care about getting things right for a customer. You know, I just so love being part of a team. I love supporting my team members to get things right. I love being part of a team. I've always, since I've played sport when I was young, it's, great to be part of a team. I really enjoy leading a team, whatever it might be for you. What are the values that you want to bring in, but put them in that pen portrait. Build that picture so that that person is going, that's me. Now, if you want to know what this actually looks like, I've put a download for you in the box by the video. The box by the video, you know what I mean. There is a download available that actually, it's a template and it explains what goes in each section. And then there's an example just to show you more clearly, perhaps, what I mean. So take advantage of that. So you take your time when you're hiring, you use your job ad, and then you get a bit creative. Do you really need to sit through loads of CVs? No. How about getting somebody to send through a video that actually showcases who they are, that gives you a very immediate picture of who somebody is and why you might want to hire them. If you're a very creative, fun business, then and somebody comes on a video and they're really dull and I think you should hire me because, then immediately they're not right. Immediately. And a video is so good if you get them to say, just get on a video, 90 seconds, tell me why I should hire you. You sift out so many people who are just formulaically chucking out their CV at anything that comes up on Ideally or any of those other job sites. You're sifting them out. They care enough about the job that you're advertising to put a video together. Another client of mine actually wanted a receptionist, so got the candidates to leave a voicemail on a set number that he'd created. So leave a voicemail. Hear the voice. Hear the smile in the voice. So you can get creative with this, but it starts with the job ad. You want to be attracting the people who share your values, who care about what you care about, who will buy into your vision and your inspiring picture of the future. So as I said, if you're going to hire to your values, you need to be really clear about what your values values are. So in our next session, next Monday, we're going to take a look at that. And as I said, please don't come along thinking we're going to be talking about honesty and integrity, the most frequently featured values in anybody's list. We will not. Okay, so action for this week: download, take a look at that job ad, try it out. You know, try putting one together for the next job that you've got coming up. And I look forward to seeing. Oh, one other thing to tell you. One other thing, nearly forgot. How could I forget this? Well, you'd be surprised if I didn't put my book up, wouldn't you? Next week, Tuesday the 18th and Wednesday the 19th, this little beauty there'll be a special offer on the Kindle version, 99p. So tell all your friends, bring them along to the McFreedom Mindset episodes, and then treat them to a 99 pence version of Simple, Logical, Repeatable. Excellent. In the meantime, get your values-driven job ad template, and I really look forward to seeing you next week. Thanks so much for joining, and yeah, have a brilliant week. To your McFreedom. See ya.